A very good morning to all you dear students. Today the topics to be done are one-person company and case studies discussed from this chapter. Okay, so few case studies it is discussed, otherwise all the contents of the question answers of this chapter has been given to you all. Okay, and you also have to see the difference that I will be doing in the next clip. Okay, so one-person company, I just did the definition last class. Now today we will do in details what is a one-person company. Okay, so let us discuss. One-person company, as the name suggests children, it is a company which is owned by a single person. What is the criteria or the eligibility of this company? What is the eligibility of this company is that the person should be a natural person who is an Indian citizen and resident in India. So any person can open the one-person company, but he should be a natural person and he should be an Indian citizen and a resident in India. That is, he should be residing in India from a long period of time, over 100 years or so. Okay, so that is the criteria of one-person company. So let us do the definition of one-person company. So one-person company is a company with only one person as a member. That one person will be the shareholder of the company. It avails all the benefits of the private limited company, such as separate legal identity or entity, protecting personal assets from business liabilities, and perpetual succession. So children, one-person company, though it is owned by a single person, it has or avails of all the benefits that the private limited company is having. Now come to the characteristics. Only a natural person who is an Indian citizen and resident in India can be the owner of this one-person company. No person shall be eligible to incorporate more than a one-person company or become nominee in more than one such company. So any person who is opening the one-person company cannot be having more than such companies. One such companies means one person should open only one company of such kind. He should neither be a nominee to anyone for such a company. A natural person being member in one-person company in accordance with this rule becomes a member in another such company by virtue of his being a nominee in that one-person company. Such person shall meet the eligibility criteria specified in subject rule 2 within a period of 180 days. So this particular person who is the owner of one-person company can be a nominee. Okay, he can be a nominee, but it is specified in sub rule 2. He should tell himself that he is a nominee within 180 days. Okay, so when a natural person being member in one-person company with this rule becomes a member in another company by virtue of his being a nominee in only one in that one-person company, such person shall meet the eligibility. So whatever eligibility criteria in sub rule 2 is applicable to one-person company. No minor means children below 18 years of age shall become member or nominee of one-person company. Such company cannot be incorporated or converted into a company under section 8 of the Act. So it cannot convert itself to a private limited company or a public company. Such company cannot carry out non-banking financial investment activities. So such companies cannot carry out non-banking financial investment activities. This is a limitation. No such company can convert voluntarily into any kind of company unless 2 years have expired from the date of incorporation of one person company. So it cannot convert itself to any kind of company unless it is already 2 years have expired from the date of incorporation. Okay, so now children, this is in page number 174 of your book. Okay, so you should see that all the characteristics is given in 174 of your book. You can read it from there also. Okay, next that we are having is one person. This is written by as notes. Okay, so you can be more clear with this. It is a private company which has only one member and minimum of one director. The same individual can be the director as well as the shareholder of the company. As per section 1 of the Companies Act 2013, the member of OPC should be a natural person who is an Indian citizen and resident of India. So this is a criteria, eligibility criteria. Features of OPC: incorporation. OPC can be incorporated as private limited company. Membership: it must have only one member at any point of time and may have only one director. Separate legal identity: the company and the shareholders are two different identities. So the company is different and the shareholder or the owner is different. So therefore separate legal identity. Appointment of nominees: a nominee is appointed to maintain continuity of OPC. Written consent of the nominee must be filed with the registrar of company. So children, once the person, the single owner of the company is no more, so where will the company's assets go? So that is why it is important that one nominee should be kept for this kind of a company who will handle the OPC after the person is not there or has left or any kind of problem with one person. So a nominee has to be appointed to maintain continuity of OPC. Since the OPC has to continue, it is having perpetual succession, so one nominee has to be kept. So how will the nominee come? With a written consent of the nominee only, filed with the registrar of companies. So nominee has to be filed with the registrar of companies. Okay, next. Perpetual succession. Perpetual succession means it is going to die only with the law. Okay, it cannot that is die suddenly. So perpetual succession, OPC is created by law and is brought into an existence by law only. In case of death, inability of the members or the main member and the nominee becomes the main member. Okay, so in case of death or any kind of problem with the main member, the nominee, just now I told you, becomes the main member. Share capital: minimum paid up capital of an OPC is rupees 1 lakh. So 1 lakh rupees minimum it should raise the capital, then only the registrar of company will allow it to exist. Okay, so minimum capital that it has to raise is 1 lakh. Limited liability: liability of one person company is limited to the value of shares held by the members of the company. So the liability is limited if the share value, whatever the value of the share, till there only the liability of the members is limited. Statutory compliance: no obligation to call general meeting in case of only one director. So in case there is only one director, there is no need of any kind of general meeting, unlike the other companies. They have meetings, okay, where they decide on certain things. So here you don't have to decide. Conversion to public or private company: so you know that company is of three kinds now, isn't it? Public company, private limited company and OPC. So can it be converted? The share capital exceeds rupees 50 lakh, or if average turnover of the last 3 years exceeds to crores. Okay, so the share capital, in case it increases to 50 lakh, the shares, it has raised 50 lakh rupees from the shares over 3 years, then only it can convert into a private limited company or a public company. Okay, so these are the features of OPC. Okay, all of you. Next, advantages: ease of incorporation and operation. So it is easy to form, minimum paperwork is required, and very few compliances, very few steps to make this company. So it is easy. Economic entity: OPC provides opportunity to individuals to create a single person economic entity. So it is giving an advantage to a person, single person, to make a big company. So this is a very big economic gain. Limited liability: liability of the members is limited to the shareholding in the company, so it is an advantage. Minimum capital requirement: the capital that has to be raised minimum is 1 lakh. Okay, so this is very less. Okay, so this can be raised. Minimum capital subscription is 1 lakh, so one person can start this company. Provision of conversion: OPC can be converted also, so it can be converted into a legal entity by indirection of more members and amendment in memorandum of association. That is an important document. So once there is amendment or changes made in the memorandum of association, the OPC can change itself. Okay, so these are the advantages of OPC. Okay, so if a person need not be an OPC for throughout its term, it can change itself also with certain clause. Okay, so this is it from the OPC, children. So now we can come to the, that is, forms of business organizations. Okay, children, so here forms of business organization, these are the case studies. Okay, if a public limited company is not prepared the article of association, it can adopt what? Table F, I've told you. Okay, so these are the case studies or the question answers of this chapter, children. Which partner allows the use of his goodwill to benefit the firm and can be represented as a partner? So it is a nominal partner. Gurmeet and Gurpreet are doing separate business of installing centralized air condition unit in Delhi. They enter into a partnership contract to install centralized AC in a hotel in Chandigarh. So which type of partnership is being highlighted here? Now children, this is a partnership between Gurpreet and Gurmeet. Okay, they are into what business? Air conditioning business in Delhi. Now they have done a partnership contract. They come under partnership and they are in partnership for only one purpose, that is to install ACs in a hotel in Chandigarh. So for one particular hotel, to install AC in this particular hotel, they are doing partnership. So one work they are doing is installing the AC in the hotel. So specifically this partnership is for one work. It cannot go on for ever and ever, but it is for one work. So this is particular partnership, children. It cannot be partnership at will, limited partnership, general partnership. It is partnership, particular partnership. Next is identify the types of cooperative society highlighted in the given statement. So here it is very easy, children. It is formed by those who want to procure residential accommodation. So when you want to procure residential accommodation at low cost, what kind of a cooperative you want? So this is marketing cooperative? No. Credit cooperative? No. Cooperative housing society? Yes, because it is an accommodation at a low price. So people come together for accommodation at lower price. That is cooperative housing society. Next one, children. Shinoy is a shareholder in a company holding 10,000 shares of a company, and the value of each share is rupees 10. he has paid only rupees 8 per share. So how much is remaining? 10 minus 8, that is 2 per share he has not given. Okay. So in case of a liability, in the event of a loss of a company or failure, how much should he pay? So how much should he pay? He will pay only that amount which he has not paid, isn't it? So 2 rupees that he has not paid into the number of shares, that is 10,000. Now coming to filling the blanks, working for oneself provides personal satisfaction is an advantage of sole proprietorship. Dash is the form of business organization which is found only in India, that is joint Hindu family business, joint undivided. Okay. Then dash is the feature of a company which states that existence of a company is not affected by coming and going of the members. It is a joint stock company which is not affected by coming and going of the members. Okay, so members may come and go, but joint stock company goes on forever. Okay, so these are some of the things, children. Then we come to the next clip now. A public limited company cannot make allotment of shares. A public limited company cannot make allotment of shares unless it receives in cash 90% of the issued amount within 120 days from the date of closure of issue. So a public limited company, children, it cannot allow to allot the shares, okay, unless it receives 90% of the issued amount. So people who are wanting the shares, they should give their consent. So for the consent they give them money. Okay, so within 120 days the public limited company should be able to draw 90% of the issued amount, that is the value of the shares. Okay, so this is termed as minimum subscription. So a company can allot or give away its shares only if beforehand it receives an amount, okay, that is 90% of the value of the, that is issued amount. Okay, next, Mrs. Sheetal is running a beauty parlor in Delhi. She is the owner, manager and laborer of her business. So Mrs. Sheetal is doing everything. So what type of a company it can be? It is sole proprietorship, children. She knows the fashion trend and gives personal attention to all her customers. So she is knowing the fashion trends, so she is giving personal attention to all the customers. Due to this, she attracts more consumers. Which form of business? So I told you it is sole proprietorship. And what are the 3 merits that you have to give? Okay, Arun and his family is engaged in gold business. So Arun is also there and his family is also there. So what kind of a business is this? This is Hindu undivided family business. And you have to state the features. Okay, next, the coconut farmer in a village decides to form a business organization for the purpose of marketing their products. So they want a business organization, and the purpose is marketing of products. So if you remember, when we were doing marketing, okay, so marketing of products, it comes under marketing cooperative society. Which form of business? It is marketing cooperative society. Next is 10 farmers in a village decide to form a business organization with a view to assist them by providing better seeds, fertilizers, agriculture. Now children, 10 farmers are coming together, okay, and they are helping in each other in providing of seeds, fertilizers, agriculture. So what kind of a cooperative is it? It is not giving cooperative, but you have to guess what kind of a thing it is. It is farmers cooperative. Okay, next. Nowadays, paddy cultivators face a lot of problems for marketing their products. Okay, identify the type of cooperative. So the type of cooperative here is marketing cooperative society. A group of 5 people intend to start a private company in the name of Asian Paints Private Limited. They submit application to the registrar, okay, with all documents. The registrar rejects it. Identify the possible reason and also give your justification. Now children, here you can see a group of 5 people. If you know that if they want to open a private company, minimum how many members should be there? If you remember, I have told you the minimum number of members in a private company should be 10. So here, first of all, why their application was rejected was because they are very few in number, okay? So that is why it is given. They submitted the application, okay? So you can see here. So it is given here. So they submitted the application to the registrar. Question number, it is 6-2 children. See, they submitted the application to the registrar with all documents. The registrar rejected it. So why did they reject it? Because the number of people was not minimum, that is minimum requirement for private company was not satisfied. So identify the possible reason. So that is because minimum people, that is for the private companies, minimum 10, which they did not fulfill, okay? Now, next is Mrs. The answer here is wrong, okay? So next is Mrs. Shivangi is running a ladies store. As she has no business partner in the shop, she appoints 2 more ladies. So she is running a ladies store and she has no partners. So she is appointing 2 more staffs that you say in a shop, okay? As she has no business partner, she is appointing 2 more ladies to assist her. Which form of business organization to? So this is sole proprietorship children, okay? Then Amir, his parents, grandparents and his sibling are living together. So where are they living? They are in a joint family, okay? They have a family business in West Bengal. So identify the form of business organization. So very clear, it is joint Hindu undivided family, okay? Next, if a business suffers heavy loss and its assets are not enough, the business is suffering a loss, its assets are not enough to pay its liabilities. So asset of the business is not enough to pay the liability. Can the business, okay, recover from the private assets of its owners? Explain, okay? Explain your answers by that is considering the following cases, okay? So you can see whether it is possible that in a partnership business, do the partners have unlimited liability? They have unlimited liability, so you have to write there. Joint stock company, the members or the shareholders have limited liability, you have to write there. Hindu undivided family business, here also the Karta has the unlimited liability, other members, co-partners have limited liability. So you have to mention the liability aspect of these companies, okay, or these types of business. Mr. Karan Preet intends to start a business in the form of private limited company, but he has no idea about the formation to follow in the formation of a company. Suggest him a specialized person who would undertake all activities for formation of a company. Explain the functions of that person, specialized person. So now there is a person named Karan Preet who is wanting to start a private limited company, but he has no idea about how to form this company. So who is the special person? I have discussed in the various clippings earlier. Who is the special person who will help him in making or forming the company? It is the promoter, children. Promoter helps in making the company, or he undertakes all the activities in the formation of a company. So he is a promoter, okay? Next question, children. Ruchika is a teacher in a well-known school of Delhi. She gets 40,000 per month as remuneration for her livelihood. Her husband, Mr. Sachin, runs a factory in which toys are manufactured. all decisions relating to the business are taken by him only. So all decisions regarding to the business are taken by her husband. Okay, so Mr. Ravi, who is Sanchita's friend, is a chartered accountant. Okay, so in a reputed company, also teaches some poor children free of cost after his office. Now, identify the type of human activities being performed by Mrs. Ruchika. So what is the human activity that she is doing? She is a teacher. Okay, identify the type of business organization mentioned above. So the business organization is a sole proprietorship, children. So it is a sole proprietorship because Mr. Sachin runs a factory in which toys are manufactured. So all decisions, since he is making on his own, it is written all decisions relating to business are taken by him. So her husband, Ruchika's husband, is taking all the decisions. So he is in sole proprietorship business. Okay, and there are two values. Okay, so values we are not doing, it's not a part of your syllabus. Okay, so this is it, children. Okay, so these kind of questions are there. Okay, there are a few more questions here. Identify the type of partnership highlighted here. So you have learned about the types of partnership. This partner takes active part in carrying out business, so it is a active partner. His connection with the firm is not disclosed to the general public. In a partnership business, if a person is unknown to the general public, he is a secret partner. He allows the use of his name, his goodwill to be benefiting the firm. So what kind of a partner allows his goodwill to be used in the firm? It is a nominal partner. He gives an impression of his being partner to others by his words or acts. So person who by his words or acts is behaving that he is a partner is termed as partner by estoppel. Next is, this partner does not take active part in the day-to-day activities of the business. So a partner who is not taking part in day-to-day activities, he is a sleeping partner. Name the following: a company having at least 7 members. So minimum membership 7, that is public company. An enterprise owned by a single person, sole proprietorship. A company in which the number of members cannot exceed 200. So the maximum limit in a private company is 200. So it is private company. Its main aim is to provide service to the members. So what type of a company? It is partner, that is cooperative society. Okay, a cooperative society is mainly aimed to benefit its welfare of its members. So it is a cooperative society. This form of business organization is owned, financed, managed, controlled by single person. So it is again sole proprietorship. A document containing terms and condition of partnership. So that is a partnership deed. Next, children, what is the minimum number of persons needed to form required follow in the following? Okay, sole proprietorship, how many members we are requiring? 1 person. Joint Hindu family, minimum is 2. Private company, minimum is again 2. Okay, private company. Then cooperative society, so it is minimum is 10. Then partnership, minimum is that is 2. Okay, so here it is public company, minimum is 7. So this is it, children. Okay, then which form of business organization is considered to be the most advantageous on the basis of? Okay, so ease of formation, so sole proprietorship is most advantageous. Continuity, so company is most advantageous. Availability of capital, company is advantageous. Cost of formation, so here sole proprietorship, less cost, it can be formed. Transfer of ownership, again in company it is possible to transfer ownership. Flexibility, there is more flexibility in sole proprietorship. This is it, children. Okay, so this is it, children. Have a nice day. Okay, Thank you to all of you. Have a nice day. We will again discuss regarding these questions in the that is online classes as well. So be prepared with some of the questions and doubts, okay, in the online for the online classes, okay. So thank you all of you. Have a nice day.